The only son of a billionaire unexpectedly crash-landed in China's Kunlun Mountains after a plane accident. He was rescued by martial monks living in the mountains, who not only subjected him to grueling training but also passed down to him the long-lost art of the iron fist. Years later, dressed in tattered rags, he finally returned to his home country. Standing before towering skyscrapers, he told a passerby, "This building belongs to my family." The stranger scoffed, dismissing him as a nutcase. Undeterred, the man strolled into the lobby and told the receptionist, "Get your boss down here to see me." At first glance, the receptionist sensed something unusual about him, but a split second later, she had security escort him out. What they didn't know was that Mark had trained in martial arts in China. With ease, he took down all the guards and locked them outside. He then stormed into the CEO's office, only to find a stranger sitting there. The person he was looking for was his father. His cousin, standing nearby, broke the news. His father had died of cancer 12 years ago. Mark quickly asserted his identity, declaring, "I'm Mark." But his cousin countered that Mark had perished in a plane crash 15 years earlier. Just then, the security team from downstairs burst in and dragged him out of what was once his company. Unwilling to give up, Mark headed to the villa where he'd once lived. He found the key hidden above the doorframe, but it wouldn't turn the lock. Determined, he took another approach. Leaping effortlessly, he scaled the wall with his bare hands and climbed into the house. Inside, he looked at the photos and realized it had become his cousin's home. The next day, he tracked her down as she was leaving and desperately tried to prove he was her childhood playmate, recounting stories from their past. She brushed it off, saying anyone could find that stuff online, and threatened to call the police. At that moment, her driver pulled up. Mark didn't want trouble and started to walk away until a taxi came barreling toward him. To his cousin's astonishment, he emerged unscathed. Later, Mark pieced everything together. 15 years ago, he and his mother had been on a plane for a leisure trip when it malfunctioned. His mother died in the crash, but he survived. Now, he couldn't shake the feeling that there was some conspiracy lurking beneath it all.